what about LeBron's future? Doesn't that have to be handled in a way similar to maybe what happened with Aaron Donald, right? Where you pay him more. Obviously, Donald didn't get more years on his contract, but there's the contract has to be addressed, right, for LeBron?
It does. Obviously, he's a free agent in 2023 if they don't get an extension done this summer. The thing that the Lakers have sort of, back-channeled is they're very comfortable with the LeBron situation. They feel that, they have, LeBron on board. They believe that he is committed. He obviously loves being in L.A. He has shown a commitment in those private conversations. The Lakers have sort of indicated, and my colleague Sam Amick has reported that they would be comfortable with him going year to year if that was what he wanted to do. To sort of maintain his flexibility at this stage in his career. So I don't think they are necessarily panicking if he doesn't sign an extension this summer, but I think that would obviously be their preference to ensure that they are the ones who benefit from his talents. But at the same time, you're talking about a player who's going to be 38 years old by the end of the year, and who knows what LeBron looks like at the end of a 2-year extension if he ends up signing that. So it's a delicate situation, but obviously the Lakers know that if they don't have LeBron James, they don't have much going for them, especially with the way the rest of the roster's been built and assets have been expended. So that extension can't be dealt with until August. So there's a lot of pieces that are going to have to fall into place first. And I guarantee you, LeBron James is going to be basing his decision in some part on what the Lakers do and what the Lakers put together and how he views, the next 3 years of, Lakerdom. And I do think hiring Darvin Ham was a good first step. LeBron's tweet in support of LeBron I thought was very encouraging. Showed obviously a real level of buy-in from LeBron, and excitement from LeBron with the coaching decision. And so that's kind of the first piece of the puzzle. What do they do, around the draft and then in free agency? And does LeBron then think that that's something worth signing up for 3 more years of, or does he want to maintain his flexibility? And that's a decision I guess the Lakers are comfortable leaving up to him. Well,
obviously the Lakers want him in a Laker uniform when he breaks Kareem's record. That's for sure. And but there's more than just a ceremony here. The ceremony they want is a parade. That's what they want to get. And I'm wondering if you got the Laker front office, if not Jeannie Buss, in a room and asked them, is this what they envisioned when they first signed LeBron towards the end of his contract, to have a roster that does have a young stud star on it, but he not only can't stay healthy, you did have to trade away a ton of young talent to go get him, and you're watching them blossom elsewhere, especially Ingram in New Orleans. Do you think that this is what they were hoping for? Are they pleased with the result and the future of it, Bill Oram, do you think?
Boy, that's a good question, Rich, because I think the Lakers were prepared to trade all those young guys when they got LeBron. I think they understood that the rules of the game had changed when they got LeBron James in the summer of 2018. But listen, they've made the playoffs. They've only made the playoffs 2 out of LeBron's 4 years. They lost in the first round 1 of those 2 years. So really 3 of the 4 years they've had LeBron have been absolute duds. And then in there you've got a championship. So it's a really hard situation to evaluate. But I think, give the Lakers truth serum. They believe that they can be contenders next year with the state of the roster as it is. And, that is going to require luck. It's going to require certain things breaking their way in roster construction. It's going to require, some players, continuing to grow and evolve. Maybe you need Austin Reeves to become a even higher level impact player, but the Lakers believe that they still have more championships in this LeBron James construction. And so in that sense, I think that, they do feel like it's a success, but I also think they understand that mistakes have been made along the way and that they've made this a lot harder on themselves than they certainly would have hoped.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.